Casual here. You could say that this is a mean build, and I know that some of you will, but the joke would be on you because I have had more fun with this Pyro Firepower build than I have had in a long time. And while it may not be the meta, it certainly does big damage and is top tier, clearing City of Nomads in just over 13 minutes. Let's get into it. But first, a quick shout out to one of my subscribers, a Cash T5, who put me up to this. I may never forgive you for doing so. Seriously though, I had a lot of fun with this one, so thanks. This build uses the Seismic Commander gear set.
That is the stupidest idea I've ever heard!
Hang on, don't leave just yet, trust me. This build works. The Seismic Commander set bonus buffs damage to enemies afflicted by bleed by 50%. Tainted Blood takes this buff up to a whopping 75% damage buff, and bleed is applied to every enemy you shoot through ultimate bleeding bullets. Bleed also solves the main issue that volcanic rounds users have: ammo replenishment, as Vampiric Mag is the best armor mod for this in the game. My favourite gun to run with this build is Amber Vault, which comes with Killing Spree, not quite as strong a damage mod as Dark Sacrifice, but without the downside of the health drain. Amber Vault comes with close range damage on it, so you should always try to be in close range with enemies all the time. Overall, this build gains 55% close range damage, 25% of which comes through personal space, so this is really important to make the build work. I run personal space because its buff applies to all enemies, rather than Captain Hunter, which applies just to elites, and works even when volcanic rounds is down, unlike lava rounds. Your damage at close range is buffed further by staring to the barrel, and your overall damage by Sharp Eye and Bloodlust. I keep saying this in my content, but pound for pound, buffs to your firepower like Sharp Eye, which give a fixed firepower buff rather than a percentage, are inherently better because they benefit from all of your buffs you have in your class tree and through your other mods. So focus on getting these three into your build first. All of this so far is pretty standard for any firepower build, but even with just this, the build puts out great damage. Well, what takes it to top tier levels is the mod Death Sentence, which adds 40% weapon damage, and the class tree knows Burning Situation, Trial of the Ashes, and Ashes to Ashes, adding 45%, 25% and a further 25% damage output. Pop Ash Blast to apply Ash and activate Burning Situation, and you have layers upon layers of weapon damage buffs, making it easy to burn down enemies quickly. I am picking up more weapon damage buffs through the class tree, including Hurt Twice as Long and Assault Master. With this build you should focus on gear with bonus firepower, close range damage and healing received or cooldown reduction. Status power is not awful as it buffs status effects, but I wouldn't focus on it as you aren't running enough anomaly power to make this an effective source of damage. The Seismic Commander set is anomaly focused, so use the feet, gloves and legs, which comes with Tainted Blood, to avoid losing more bonus firepower than you need to. One of the challenges people find with Pyromancers is that they are pretty squishy, so I've addressed this in three ways. Firstly through the mod Damage Absorber, but you could use Mitigation from Death, Perseverance Shield or even Protection of the Flames. Secondly, I picked up Moths to the Flame and Leeching Force through my class tree, which with healing received on Amber Vault provides some nice healing over time. Thirdly, my final skill is Feed the Flames, which heals me for 16,000 health, as well as applying Ash and pulling enemies into close range. Great synergy with the overall build. Because you are running the feet and gloves of the Seismic Commander set, you do have nearly 27,000 health, which gives you a nice buff against being two-shot. Now there are a few things you could change to match this build to your playstyle. You could run Fatal Symbiont, which puts out a little more damage through Dark Sacrifice, but it's tougher to stay alive with due to the health drain. You could also run Inferno Seed, which provides nice AoE and more crit damage. If you use this, you will want to stack long range damage over close range damage. Run Lava Rounds instead of Personal Space and Captain Hunter instead of Stare into the Barrel. The reason why people use rounds builds is that armor is bypassed with the skill. Now both Amber Vault and Fatal Symbiont come with armor piercing, and if you're struggling to keep volcanic rounds up, this comes in very handy. You could pick up more armor piercing through the class tree as well if this is an issue. For my secondary weapon I'm running the Guillotine with Moaning Winds and Radiation Splash, which is there for when Twisted Rounds drops. Anomaly damage gets a 30% buff from Death Sentence, making this a very nice AoE clear when the shit hits the fan. plan. To be honest though, I haven't had a problem keeping volcanic rounds up with this build. Remember that Killing Spree takes 3 kills to get to its maximum buff, so focus smaller enemies before you tackle elites. Pop Ash Blast to get your massive damage multipliers going and to make wiping packs easier. Use Feed the Flames for quick heals and to keep the burning situation buff up. And most of all, keep in close range. Most elites like behemoths, crawlers and humanoids go down very quickly indeed. It is only broodmothers who have more resistance who can be a pain. Alternate between them and smaller enemies to keep your ammo up, and if you see that Ash has broken through their resistance, burn them down. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more of these suggested build videos, hit the like and leave a suggestion in the comments. If I get 50 likes on this video, I will do another one like this. Until next time, Casual out.